Guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs and welcome to the match review of England's 3-0 win against the Republic of Ireland at Wembley Stadium in London. Before we get into it, I suppose we'll get into the lineup. Randolph was in goal for Ireland. Right back was Cyrus Christie. Left back was Matt Doherty. Centre backs were John Egan and Shane Duffy. Midfield we had Conor Hourihane, Jeff Hendrick and Alan Brown. On the wings we had Daryl Horgan, Callum O'Dowda, and up front was Adam Ida. England played with a back three. They went for Pope and goal, then Michael Keane, Harry Maguire, and Tyrone Mings as their centre backs. Saka was left wing back, Reece James was right wing back. Winks and Mount played in the centre of midfield. They had Grealish and Sancho, who were excellent at times in the wing, and Calvert-Lewin up front. 3-0 defeat, obviously, for Ireland. Not a good result. Disappointing enough overall, it has to be said. They started off very well, done the game, I have to say, before England scored. First, 18 minutes roughly or so. I thought Ireland started quite well. They were sharp. Their midfield were working harder, getting on the ball a bit, creating some opportunities. A couple of crosses into the box that they could have connected with and that kind of thing. But once England scored on 18 minutes through a Harry Maguire header, which is quite soft in my opinion, I thought England kind of controlled and took over, and we struggled a bit at times. We were chasing shadows, particularly in that first half there. They obviously got the second through Sancho after 31 minutes, and that was game over pretty much. But I suppose the disappointing thing from Ireland's point of view in the first half after Harry Maguire's goal was the fact that England obviously did take over and they did up the pace, and I thought they played quite well. I was actually impressed kind of with England tonight, to be fair. I thought they moved the ball very well when they needed to. I thought they interchanged very well, particularly Grealish and Sancho. And other times they were very patient as well when they needed to be, in a good way. So they managed the game well as well. So I was actually impressed with England tonight, to be fair, as well. But as I said, the header, Duffy, he gets up, but he doesn't get up, if you get me. And Maguire heads home. I thought Duffy was poor tonight, actually. I thought he brought a Celtic form with him tonight. Maguire had about 4 or 5 headers in the match. He actually could have scored a hat-trick, genuinely. And that was largely down to Duffy. He was Duffy's man. So Duffy, wasn't with him at all for those situations. He looked uncomfortable throughout as well. He actually almost conceded a penalty when the ball was played back to him by Christie. I'll get to him in a minute as well. You didn't see the English player come in, and he kind of hacked it clear, but could have easily, fouled him, cost the penalty. So Ireland were struggling in terms of, I think, the organisation, their back line, because with Coleman out, Doherty moved to left back. He did do quite well at left back, to be fair. Egan going off injured with a head injury probably didn't help either. And Dara O'Shea came in. But to be fair, on an individual level, I thought Dara O'Shea did well, and actually thought our younger players were our better players. But Duffy, I don't know what it is with him, but he needs to sort himself out quickly, because he brought his Celtic form very much into this game. He really did. Cyrus Christie at right back should never play for Ireland again, in my opinion. Absolutely dreadful display from Cyrus Christie. I forgot actually how bad he was, to be honest with you, because he hasn't played for quite a while. But my God, he really is. He's a shocking player. His concentration levels for this level, remember, his concentration levels absolutely shambolic. Lazy. I have him nowhere near the squad. I really wouldn't. He shouldn't play for Ireland again. I mean that. Was it the second goal Sancho got? Yeah. You won't see it unless you really look. But obviously Sancho, Ireland trying to clear their line. Sancho finds himself in bundles of space on the left inside the box. Lovely curl shot into the corner, by the way. Give a player like Sancho a chance that he scores. You can argue Hendrick should actually close down a bit better. Yes, that's true. But Cyrus Christie, from the situation, was far too slow to get back into position. Once Ireland had cleared their lines, far too slow. And I think Hendrick was caught between a rock and a hard place a little bit there. Then he gave away a penalty. Again, very sloppy, very lazy, and just his general play was very, very poor. Does he really want to play for the country? Because, you know what I mean? I don't know. He just seems a bit, I don't know, the body language even. He's not a good player, but the body language as well, I think, is very poor, and it doesn't help. So very disappointing with him. And, shocking player. Really is a shocking player. Overall, I thought the midfield done quite well. Overall, actually, Hendrick did do quite well. He gets criticism, but you have to give credit where it's due. I thought he worked very hard. His passing was pretty decent as well. Something he can be often poor of, actually. Horahan was fairly quiet, worked hard off the ball. Obviously, Brown had a few moments as well. Onto the wings, then Dowd and Horgan, they struggled because they weren't getting much of the ball, but what they did well. I thought Ida did well up front. Again, one of the young players in terms of start of possession, but he held up the ball very well, linked up the play very well. So he did things like that very well for a young guy. He's only 19. Looked like an experienced campaigner in that sense. But yeah, anyway, got 2-0 down at half time. Obviously, second half, early goal. The Cyrus Christie fell for the penalty, and England are just strolling after that, to be honest with you. A raft of subs are made by both sides as well. Again, some of Ireland's youngsters impressing. I thought Jason Malumbi did very well when he came on. And when you see him, you say to yourself, how is he not getting in the Brighton team? He should be getting in that Brighton team. I really mean that. But, overall, can you be disappointed with a lot of individual stuff by certain players? A lot of the experienced players. The youngsters done well. We're missing Connolly. Obviously, Connolly got injured, and Callum Robinson had COVID. Coleman got an injury before the game, and Stevens was out as well. So, obviously, we can't play Connolly, but I'd be throwing Malumpi in. I'd be starting O'Shea the next day. If Egan's okay, I'd consider dropping Duffy. He's having a horrible time at Celtic, and he brought that into the game tonight. It's all right to say, and I've said it before myself, he's upped his performance for Ireland, and he really has upped his performance for Ireland. But I think for him, I think it could do him good to actually be left out for a little while and see if he can get back to it, if you get me. The likes of Christie just need to, they need to get lost. Honestly, there's no point having players like that in the squad. Doherty, as I said, did do well at left back. I have to say, one of his better performances for Ireland overall. But all in all, with 2 games coming against Bulgaria and Wales, I think Wales are first on Sunday. We'll be looking to get something out of that, and I think we're capable of doing so. England, in fairness, I thought they impressed reasonably well tonight. I thought they, as I said, they moved the ball very fast, very when they needed to, and slowed it down, and were very patient at times. So they'll be happy with the performance. I thought they did well, and there was a lot for them to take from this game. That's about it, guys. So if you like the video, please drop it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit your bell notification button so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you later. I have plenty of stuff coming up. All right, good luck. See you now. Bye.